president, no administration.
Attention, shit talkers, YouTubers, and my fellow assholes all around the world. Welcome to Shit Talkers 2.0 television, where we're hosting the GOAT rally. They're wanting to do away with the GOAT. They've done and tried to impeach the GOAT, and now we're going to try to re-elect the GOAT, the orange GOAT.
Based on polling, what they say.
Polling, something no real American believes in. Yeah, we're about that, sir.
What are we gonna do? Suppression, let's do suppression.
Oh, look at that, guys. I found how we're doing the drawing for the cash and prizes. I went and bought a NBA draft bingo machine. That's how we're going to make sure that these prizes are given out fair, unlike Shane Seaton and his fucking domestic terrorist ass.
I have a fourth one.
Yeah, those ladies said, fuck you, Shane.
I say, I got to speak in front of another 25,000.
Dirty piece of shit.
We got to do. We got to get the job
Skanky
done.
bearded bastard.
Make sure you get out of
I still love you. I don't hate people because they're mean to me, because I don't care about people. I'm a wolf. Wolves don't care about the opinions of the sheep.
But you didn't get, I got drugged into something.
There we go.
I didn't need drugged into.
Right. It's because they can't get to me. They can't never butt hurt me.
Bad about any of those people, and they.
Just listen to the GOATs. They're a bunch of crybabies. We know this.
Joe Biden's elected. He will cancel our. Terminate, frankly.
Here you go.
Terminate your energy. Every time.
Or reach me a better one.
No, this is mine.
They don't even want me. Honestly, I don't think they want energy permit.
Really?
I don't think they want anything. I don't think they have any idea what they want. I know Joe doesn't.
Joe don't know where he's at.
He is totally shot, okay? You see the new sunglasses? The aviator glasses. They should be a little bit larger. Covers up those new eyes.
Those new eyes. You can tell he had eyes there.
Biden and Harris is a vote to ban fracking.
Have you seen these new eyes? That's why he's been in cover, and he's went done a complete facelift. That's why he's in hiding in his basement. How much you want to bet? In case he gets lucky and comes out of the basement and wins.
No, he did it.
And our economy is now growing at the fastest rate ever recorded. That was the 33.1% that the fake news doesn't want to talk about. Think of that. Faster than any nation in the world. In the past 5 months, we've created a record 11.4 million American jobs. That's all right. We've never done that.
That's amazing.
You know what? We built such a strong foundation. We had the greatest.
It was the fucking wall keeping from everybody flooding in here, taking our jobs that did it. That fucking wall's built, guys. Guess who paid for that wall? Mexico. Guess who's guarding that wall? Mexico. By paying tariffs.
Many of the numbers are bigger and better.
Well, by not having to pay tariffs, they built the wall for us.
It's pretty amazing.
Or we could have bankrupted them.
That's because the foundation. If we didn't have the foundation,
tonight,
the opposite.
Trump rally is brought to you by Geno's. We got Philly. Brought to you by Geno's. We got a Philly steak we're going to judge in here, and we got a ham and cheese we're going to judge in here. Like the Hodge twins. You're getting ready to watch me judge a subs.
Say they're better off today than they were 4 years ago.
Yeah, everybody's better off 4 days ago, year compared to Obama or Big Pimpin', son.
We're rounding the corner of the pandemic, but that's during a pandemic. Think of that. If Biden, thank you too. I don't know. He's got to have a. They're back there.
Joe ain't there no more. He's gone.
You can't even see. No, sir, you can't even see the end of people.
You can't even see the end of people. Turn around. Let's see them. Fake news, spin them cameras.
If Biden gets in, the economy will collapse. To save your steel.
I'll say tonight, I'll say there's more than the average football game. I'll say there's close to 40, 50,000 people here tonight.
I said you're dumping steel.
That's bigger than rock concerts in.
Send it through other countries.
Oh,
say, how did that country do it? They don't
Trump is a rock star.
They don't make the product.
Leader. He's not a politician, but he is our president.
Came through Thailand. Oh, but they don't do this. They don't happen to do this.
First time we've had a businessman be president.
Right here.
Never been a politician a day in his life. Just knows how corporate politics and government politics are identically the same.
No.
Yeah.
He's just good at both of them.
I'm just good at both of them, dude.
I know they're voting for us.
I'm better than he is. I'm better shit talking than Trump is, so I'm right there with him.
That's great. I love that. Biden will remove.
Ain't that right, Mr. Shit Talker?
They pay us tens of billions of dollars a year. We never got 10 cents from China. China's done more to hurt our economy for years.
China never gets another 10 cents from us.
Billions of dollars, not billions. Billions is a lot. Hundreds of billions of dollars. Then $507 billion got sucked out of our country.
God,
and then on top of
who allowed that?
We have the pandemic, which they couldn't stop. They stopped it from going into the rest of China. We think.
No, they didn't. They run through China and they just don't test them, and they ain't testing nobody in China. They're trying to kill the Wu flu right now. They won't even let you talk about it. Watch China in Focus. You'll not hear one word about them talking about the Wu flu. It's gone over there. They ain't allowed. They ain't got the internet. They don't know.
Will close down 8K Steel. How do you feel about being closed down?
That's some bullshit.
He don't like that idea. He will, though. That's what happens. Joe Biden is a diehard globalist. Spent the last 47 years outsourcing your jobs, opening your borders, and sacrificing American blood and treasure in endless foreign.
Yeah, you are. I'm the media. Me and Tim and Saudi Cracker.
I think the media were supposed to.
Oh, the old media, the grandpa's media, grandpa's.
No. Tom Brokaw.
Yeah,
that was grandpa's.
Yeah.
This media is.
Biden was a cheerleader.
This is entertainment television.
Pathetic.
It ain't news. It's entertainment TV. It's culture.
For some reason, I forgot that there's a rule that if you write something, it's supposed to be true.
Yeah, you gotta have 3 sources. I took journalism, and I did too. And I took journalism down there when I worked at Conseco Bank in North Carolina. I had to take it at Duke. Remember?
You know, we pulled out of the World Health Organization. You know why?
Still paying off them student loans.
So we have 325 million people.
Oh,
China has 1.5 billion people, right? We paid 5.
God, they fucked us hard there, Trump. Whose fault was that? Was that Joe Biden's damn international trade agreement with the offshore accounts? Obama, I bet you Obama and him made more money than Joe did. What do you want to bet?
His daughters got caught selling stolen stuff from the White House.
2019, China will surpass.
And
his daughters got caught stealing shit from the White House? Stealing and selling.
No, after they left the White House.
Okay, after they left the White House, they took all the shit.
Selling stuff they stole while they were there.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
After they left. After
taking it back into I talked about a V and the fake news said it won't happen. It's a super V. Super V. Thank you. Thank you very much.
12 more years. 12 more years.
Super V. That's even better.
No charges. How's that possible?
Oh, they didn't know that.
Oh, they did. They thought that was a gift on. And it belonged to like ex-presidents and shit.
We win, you're going to see a stock market that's worse. We had a headwind, and the headwind was we're in an election. If Biden never got in, you'll go I mean, can you imagine?
No, I can't.
Taxes,
I refuse to imagine.
put back on. And I'm a believer in regulation, but not.
I'm gonna need some mayo for that. So, will you give me the mayo?
We're gonna get it down to 1, and it may get rejected.
I'll get it. If you don't want to.
That's fine for safety reasons.
I'll get the floor wet though.
But you're gonna know in a year, and you're gonna be able to build your highway, and it's so much you have no idea. We have done. You are so lucky on your president.
You're damn right we are.
You are so lucky that we've taken this journey together.
Yep. That's a fact. You had a nice life going on there. And you came out to fight for the American people when you sent Obama and Biden was fucking slowly.
Biden twisted his knife into the backs of Pennsylvania workers. When Sleepy Joe Biden was giving China your jobs, his family was raking in millions and millions of dollars from the Chinese communists.
Fact.
And whether you like it or not, Joe Biden is a corrupt politician. And you see what's happening. And they don't like that. See, what they'll do is they're going to do because they don't want any of that to get out.
Chrissy Cuomo cry if he's hearing that right now.
They don't let any of this get out. They don't want any of it to get out. Nobody knew this. We have learned more in the last 2 weeks about the media and about the tech giants. Big tech.
Big tech.
We learned a lot.
Trying to take over the world.
But you know what? The word spreads very hard.
We're fixing that censorship shit. You hear me?
If Biden wins,
Section 2, Amendment 230, we gave them power. We gave them the power to be able to create Facebook, and we gave them the power to create Facebook and all these social media outlets and give them immunity for prosecution. We're taking it all away. I'm watching my food.
And if I don't sound like a typical Washington,
that's because you're not one.
I'm not a politician. This is one of the reasons I got elected.
Yep, only
like
reason.
These guys, like my friends.
We didn't want a politician. We wanted a businessman.
Play by the rules of Washington and the Washington.
We want somebody to do business for America, looking out for America, doing American business. Not freaking China.
And I'm not just running against Joe Biden.
You're running against the liberal media.
The big tech giants. The rhinos.
The ones that censor you.
Republican in name only. We know too many of them, right? But they're a dying breed. They can't believe it. They used to make so much money, and now they're reduced to doing other things. They don't like us too much. That's okay. That's the way it's supposed to be. Yep. The Washington swamp. We are draining the swamp.
Damn right they're draining the swamp. That swamp just keeps getting a little lower and a little lower every day, but damn, it's 250 feet deep.
You don't have to take my word on Biden's betrayals. So what I do for very special states like Pennsylvania, what I do is we produce a video.
Yeah, get to the video, baby.
Expensive video. Take a
look. Because Biden said, show me the video of me saying that.
I never said I oppose fracking.
Yes, you did.
I did. Show the tape.
Show the tape, Trump.
Put it on the website.
Oh,
Would there be any place for fossil fuels, including
right there? You're gonna watch this right here.
Biden administration?
No, we would work it out. We would make sure it's eliminated. I guarantee we're going to end fossil fuel. No more, no new fracking, and gradually move away from fracking.
And I think it's critically important on day one that we end any fossil fuel leases on public land.
Well, what about, say, stopping fracking and stopping pipeline infrastructure and
there's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking.
I have one final question.
Would you close down the oil industry? Would you close down the oil
By the way, I have a transition from the oil industry, yes.
Wow. Bye-bye oil, bye-bye car. Hello, mule. Hello, horsey.
The oil industry. Will you remember that Texas?
That's a fucking huge statement right there. Huge, huge.
No, we have to come together.
Taking all the little oil rigs there out of mom and pop's oil rigs out of their yards.
Vote. Visit Iowa.com/Ohio. God bless you.
Can somebody tell Joe, by the way, it's not a real website, and Joe, you're running for president, not senator. And by the way, that senator, the Mormon guy, is Mitt Romney, not some Mormon governor. Now, sadly, what we showed you, that's just from a couple of hours today, because every time that Joe actually leaves the basement bunker and stays out past 10 a.m., well, disaster ensues. Here's a quick reminder.
Look, tomorrow's Super Tuesday, and I want to thank you.
Super Thursday.
I tell you what, I'm rushing ahead, aren't I?
Yeah, you
I
are.
know these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by you know the thing.
God. He couldn't bring himself to say God because they know they would kick him out with his child porn Satan group. You know what I mean?
You have the record player on at night. The phone. Make sure the kids hear
record player.
Kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
Yeah, they can be. That's so racist.
This is pretty serious. By the way, these are
only thing more racist is
campaign gap, and I am beginning
black people calling other black people coons. That's about the most racist
clear
thing
and
you can
present
do.
danger to this country. He's
Uncle,
obviously
no, they're calling them
not
coons.
capable of leading.
That's
He's
worse
been
than what
hiding the entire campaign. The media mob is covering for him. Joe wants to be the president of the United States of America.
They shouldn't be more
that
about.
would be the toughest job in the world, and at times,
I'll
Joe
just
doesn't seem to
video
remember
on
that he's even running for president, or what state he's in, or what day of the week it is. Does anyone really believe that if elected, that Joe Biden will actually be in control of anything?
Nope.
What kind of country we're going to be? 4 more years of George going to find ourselves.
George, who the hell's George? You want to know George Bush? They used to have flashback in 1994.
I'll lead an effective strategy to mobilize true international depression.
Creepy.
Joe.
Oh, it's funny. Joe.
They're probably not showing it now.
Come on,
man. No.
Candy's for the kids.
I got. That's because it's kitty porn.
You look familiar. Who are you?
All right, guys. Here are the subs that we're previewing. What we're gonna get away with this. Here's the Philly steak and cheese. Just add a shitload of mayo to it. 14 more years.
Thank you very much. There's a lot of truth in that. This election is a choice between
Man, you could have got a fucking pound. You could have asked me for a fucking pound.
I didn't think. I just got up like a dumbass.
Biden left out. By the way, Governor, open up the state of Pennsylvania.
That dog's yeah. Here, I'll mop it up now.
Open up those schools. For a safe vaccine.
You didn't mop in there like the morning.
The vaccine is almost here. I ain't taking it, or I ain't giving it to my kid. I'm glad to know they got it. In case it ever gets deadly. It ain't even got deadly yet. Nobody really gives a shit about it.
You know what we want? We want normal. We want normal.
That's all we want's
We
normal.
want normal. Let's go back. Go back 7 months.
Yep,
Hello,
7
how are
months.
you doing?
Before Kobe died.
Biden will delay the vaccine and oppose a crushing lockdown on all Americans. Jimmy wants to lock it down. He has no idea what. They'll tell him what to do, whatever they ask. Even on the youngest Americans who are at the
That's the truth, too. That's sad.
14 years old, sir.
He's a shell of
He
himself.
just tested positive. I said, positive for what? He's got, he didn't say the China plague. He said he's got, yes, he said he's got COVID. So he's 14. He's very tall. You know, Barron, right?
Barron got COVID.
He's strong. He's got COVID. I asked like 12 minutes later, how's Barron doing? Sir, he's fine. Well done. I said, that wasn't too long, Doc. Are you sure he had it? Yeah, he had it. That's why I say, get the kids. Get him back to school.
Yeah.
When I had it, I'm sure you didn't hear that. Did you see the debate the other night? It was a big debate. Had a lot of people watching.
Yeah, I'll take his breadsticks, tails.
No, I had the salad. I'll split it.
That's like prohibition. You know the whole thing about the talk about this. Even she should not have to walk. She was there.
The stuff out of it. Oh, an eggs, ham, and cheese. We got any extra cheese? Oh, it's a shit.
And she said, why did you say that?
Why did you say that?
Even I said, I felt like her.
Wow. She even said, why did you say that? Like you big idiot.
I'm going to transition. You didn't have to answer. I said, you mean you're going to get out of oil? No, I'm going to transition. No, that's okay. What did you say? And I just hope you people were listening, okay? Because that's where it's going. The Biden lockdown will result in countless deaths from suicide, drug overdose, medical care, all sorts of abuse, all sorts of problems. The cure.
The quality of life for humans will be horrible.
Then the problem itself. Can't do that. He will imprison you in your home, letting rioters roam free. You know, we call this a protest because
it's a peaceful protest.
If you have a protest, they weren't expecting this kind of a protest, right? You know, if you want to go to church, well, if you want to go to church, you can't. If you want to burn down the stores and run down Main Street, and knock people over and do whatever you want to do, that's okay because they want to make sure that they can protest. Not with me. Under Biden, there will be no school, no graduations, no weddings, no Thanksgiving, no Easter, no Christmas, no 4th of July, no nothing. Other than that, you're going to have a wonderful life. Now, we've got a great future. We have more potential in this country. He made a mistake today. I watched him. You know, it's really important. 10 people. When Obama came, brought another 10 with him. They have nobody. All you hear is like a couple of horns, and most of the horns are like from our people. You know, did you see? And he called them, what did he call them? Ugly people or something. It was terrible. I shouldn't say it's not politically correct. He's been in this business a long time, 47 years. He shouldn't be saying that. Yeah, but most of the noise is our people. It's like, this is something. You know, in history, there's never been a movement like this. There really hasn't. There's never been anything like this. There's never been. You get it. No, you have them against, their heads are exploding, as a friend of ours would say.
I love it.
If you want a vaccine to kill the virus, a job, to support your great family and freedom, to live your life, then I am asking you to keep it going. We'll keep it going. We have more protection. Biden said today, he said, there's never been a better time to run. There's never been a better time to run this country. This country is in great shape.
I can't hear you.
That's supposed to be saying that.
The vaccine.
It's a strange statement. I don't know if anybody picked it up. I'm sure if they did, they wouldn't mention it. Oh, if I did, it's a disaster.
No, hell no.
Even pronunciation.
Hell no, ain't getting that back. It ain't deadly. It don't kill nobody.
It's like, oh.
Maybe give it to them and get 70.
Joining us today are the opposite of the worst. They're warriors, and they've been with me from the beginning. 197 to nothing with the fake impeachment. The impeachment over a phone call. Hello, congratulations on winning, right? Ukraine. If you see any corruption, please report it to the Attorney General of the United States because they have a lot of corruption in Ukraine. They say, let's impeach him for that. And what a disgrace. Honestly, what a disgrace. Think of it. The time wasted. The time wasted. But we have some people that fought with me and on other things too, and we haven't lost. We haven't lost yet. We'll start with a man who is great, respected by everybody in Washington and here, and loved by this entire state, Congressman Mike Kelly. Real quick. Great man, great guy. And another warrior, Guy Reschenthaler. Guy, where's Guy? What happened to your location, Guy? What happened? You're being very nice to a lot of people. Thank you. Great help. And another one, Congressman G.T. Thompson.
Right, dog.
Great, thank you. Great job. The Warriors, they really are incredible. And we want to get you a couple of, GT, can we get you a couple of other Warriors? You know? Congressional candidates, Luke Negron. Luke Negron. Where's Luke? I heard you're doing very well, Luke. Go win. Get them in. Get these people out. Get the Nancy Pelosi crowd out. Crazy Nancy. Crazy Nancy. They don't represent your values. They don't. Another one who's going to be an absolute star, running against a lamb, a little lamb. Running against a lamb. And this guy is, he's fantastic. I'll tell you, you have to see his record. He's a hero. He's a hero. He's a star. I'm even tweeting him all the time. I say, he's got to, you know, like they fixed around and played around with the district. Now they're having a problem with ballots. They sent like thousands of ballots out, and they were wrong. So they said, oh, don't worry about them. Just send them in. They will. You know where they'll send them to? The Elections Commission. So Sean's got to be careful. But Sean is a star. Sean Parnell. Sean. He's a star. And he's a tough cookie. Tough cookie. Maybe tough enough. I don't know. This is interesting, Sean. Maybe tough enough to have played football for the great Lou Holtz, who's a friend of mine. Where is Lou Holtz? Come here, Lou. Come here.
Hell yeah, Lou Holtz.
So Lou has been.
Uncle Lou.
Lou is a great
Uncle
coach.
Lou.
He's an inspiration to a lot of people. He just lost his incredible wife. How many years? 59. That's what I'll never be able to top you on. But he had a great wife who was really brave in what she went through, and he's getting the Presidential Medal of Freedom for just an outstanding life. Want to say something, Lou? Say something. Come on.
I am just so humbled to be here. This crowd, the enthusiasm, the people are tremendous. The only thing I want to say is, ask yourself if he didn't show up, who would miss you and why. Think what would happen if President Trump hadn't shown up in the year 2016 and what he has done for this country and how great. Let's just show up on November 3rd and before then to make sure that this country has a chance. Because this isn't about Republican, Democrat. It's about right versus wrong, good versus evil, freedom. Thank you.
Good show, hello.
Wow. Hey, I'm glad I brought him up, huh? That's great. He's a great gentleman, great man. We're also joined by many members of UAW Local 3303. Where are you? They've been great. They have been great. What a group. Thank you. Appreciate it very much. Great people. We have so many endorsements from so many, but we have almost every law enforcement group is endorsing us. Almost everyone. We have a lot. So who's with law enforcement tonight? Law enforcement. Yep. Tremendous. The sheriffs, Florida, Oklahoma, Texas, Louisiana, New York's finest endorsed. First time they've ever endorsed a presidential candidate. So it's been great. Chicago, can you imagine Chicago? Police in Chicago, they're having a hard time. They have people that won't let them do their job. They just won't let them do their job. When you see it, when you see the New York stats go way up, Chicago go way up, and then Portland, we want to go into Portland so bad. Take out the anarchists.
I really don't want it right now. Just sitting in there.
So what happened in Minneapolis? After a week and a half, they could have called. They could have called a little.
Right by Ranch, don't matter. Hidden Valley's bad.
But remember the CNN, like the light always goes off, whatever. Turn the light on. He's talking about us again. It's all right. The ratings aren't that good, so it's not like you're listening to it. Remember that guy? Does a little shave job, right? I was thinking about doing it, but I wanted to remain your president. No shave head. He goes, Ali Melcher, right? Ali Melcher. I don't even know who the hell he is. I just have a good memory. Ali Melcher. And he goes, this is a peaceful protest. He's being hit by rocks and stuff. This is a peaceful protest. It's wonderful to see such a peaceful protest. And then they have the camera on them. And behind, you have a city that's burning.
To the ground behind him.
I've never seen fire like that. I always say it looked like Berlin in the worst day of the war. And he's saying this is a peaceful protest. Well, this is a peaceful protest also. For 47 years, Joe Biden betrayed and attacked Black Americans. He called them super predators. He used the term super predators. And he's not a good person, I can tell you, because some people do him in prime time. This is no longer prime time. Now he's shot. Some people do him in prime time. He's not. And frankly, if he were, I would never say the things I say about him, but he's not a good person. I signed landmark criminal justice reform, and in the second term, will continue fighting for African Americans like never before. And I appreciate the support that I'm getting in the election. It's very early, but I really appreciate it. From African Americans and from Hispanic Americans, the support has been incredible. In Florida, you have to see what's going on. You're going to go home. They're trying to figure out what is going on. I never say we won Florida. I never say we won anything. But I'll tell you, it's going to be tough for them to catch us. It'll be very tough. We've had tremendous support from the Black community, from the Hispanic community. It's been incredible. All over. And we appreciate it. But when he's calling and using terms like super predator, which is a term that you can't use, but he used it all over the place. To protect our security, I suspended the entry of foreign refugees from terror-afflicted nations. Biden has pledged a staggering 700% increase in refugees from the most violent terrorist hotspots anywhere on earth. If you don't mind, I'll end that. And that was the deal, the manifesto that he agreed to with Bernie Sanders and AOC +3, right? So you had Bernie Sanders. This actually took them further left. Bernie wasn't even there. 700% increase. The Biden plan would overwhelm your communities and hospitals and open the floodgates to radical Islamic terrorism. Call France. Ask them, how are they doing? How are they doing? You saw what's happened. What's happened is a disgrace. I called the president.
That was one of them shot Orthodox Jew, an Orthodox priest outside of the church today.
If you don't mind, we'll take a pass.
You hear me?
Yeah.
I passed the ban, right? The ban. And everybody said, oh, what a terrible thing. A lot of them said, what a terrible thing, but let's not fight it. And we won at the Supreme Court a long time ago. And now we keep people out who can't love our country or people who want to hurt people. We want them out, and we will keep them out. I am also keeping the terrorists and jihadists. And again, some people say that's not politically acceptable, but whether it is or not, I have to do what's right for our country. We are keeping them the hell out of our country. We invested $2.5 trillion, most ever, in the United States military. We've totally rebuilt our military. Our military was depleted. Our military was totally depleted from years of endless wars. It just kept going on and on. We became the policemen of nations, and we invested $2.5. We have the finest equipment in the world. We are the envy of Russia and China and North Korea and anybody else. We have equipment, the rockets and missiles and tanks and submarines.
Laser beams.
Like we have the submarines. and all of the things that we've been doing and building, our planes, the F-35 stuff, you can't see it. It's hard to shoot down because you can't see it. The enemy says, you know, we want to figure that one out. And in 5 years they will. The only thing they won't figure out is the wall and the wheel, right?
Right.
The wall and the wheel, right? We are doing great on that wall. It's almost complete. That's why you don't hear about it anymore.
Okay.
And we saved a place called, I'm sure you never heard of it, the Philadelphia Shipyard, you know that? And Biden was shutting it down. They were shutting it down. And we said, no, thank you. We'll keep it open. We're doing a good job. We also passed VA choice and VA accountability, our great vets. And we recently got a 91% approval rating from our vets. So now the vets can go online. And if they have to wait a long time to see a doctor, we have great doctors in there, but have to wait 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a long time. They go out, they get a doctor, local doctor. We take care of the bill, and we take care of our great vets. We take
Good
care
job.
of our vets.
Didn't need to be done a long time ago.
They've been trying to get that for 44 years or something.
If not more.
And the accountability is where they don't treat our we have people that work here that don't treat our vets with respect. They don't treat them good. They don't love our vets like we do. And we couldn't do anything about it because of unions and because of civil service and lots of other reasons. And they've been trying to get this for over 40 years. And now if we have somebody that doesn't treat our vets right, if they're sadistic, if they steal from them, if they do bad things to them, they say, Jim, sorry, you're fired. Get the hell out of here. And we terminated about 8,000 people that should have never been there. We couldn't do anything about it. So our vets are leading a much better life. Really, it's a tremendous thing. Not that I like firing people. I don't like firing people, but they're leading a much better life. They were terrible, some terrible people in there. They couldn't do a thing about it. You couldn't do a thing about it. Last night, they never thought they'd get that one passed. Last night, at my direction, the United States military conducted a successful operation to rescue an American hostage.
Hell yeah.
Overseas.
Woo!
It was 96 hours. 96 hours.
4 nights.
Our incredible people from the U.S. Special
Almost 5.
brilliantly executed a daring nighttime operation. They kidnapped an American in a faraway land. Over the last 4 years, we've rescued over 55 hostages and detainees in more than 24 countries. And we don't pay. We never pay. If you pay, you'll have thousands of people all of a sudden. You can't pay. No, this sort of a lesson. We had no casualties, nobody injured, except the other side was badly injured. I'll tell you, you have no idea. I won't tell you how badly injured. But they kidnapped an American, and they can't do that. And I just want to thank Special Forces. These are really special forces, but they're really special people. And today's operation should serve as a stark warning to terrorists and thugs who try to kidnap our people, no matter where it may be. You cannot escape the long reach of American justice. So they did a great job. And as you know, we wiped out 100% of the ISIS caliphate, Syria, Iraq.
Oh, they got it.
And we killed the vicious, horrible founder and leader of ISIS, al-Baghdadi. They were looking for 18 years. One of the first things I said is, find al-Baghdadi. And they found him. And they killed him. That was Conan, right? Conan, the dog Conan, who was incredible. In fact, they gave Conan far more credit than the president, but that's okay. He deserved it, actually. We took out the mass murder of fewest troops and many people. The worst terrorist of them all, Soleimani, is dead. Soleimani is dead. And I withdrew from last administration's disastrous Iran nuclear deal, 150 billion, for nothing, for nothing. 1.8 billion in cash we gave them. Can you believe it? What is 1.8 billion, Mike, in cash? How did you let that happen, Mike? He said, it wasn't my fault. I recognized the capital of Israel and opened the American embassy in Jerusalem. I also recognized Israeli sovereignty over the Golan Heights. I've been working on it for 52 years. We got it done in 2 hours. And instead of endless war, we're forging peace in the Middle East. You see what's happening. They're all
Peace and dreams everywhere.
no more blood in the sand. Biden will plunge us into one ridiculous foreign war after another. He loves the war stuff, you know. It's like, hey, we want to have the greatest stuff in the world. We don't have to fight, but if we have a fight, we only fight to win. We only fight to win. Not, let's do this. Oh, let's not do that. If we fight to win. Thank you. Thank you very much. A vote for me and the Republican Party is a vote to save the American dream. Very simple. Just remember the late, great Abraham Lincoln happened to be a Republican, right? Got to remember that. You got to remember that. In conclusion, over the next 4 years, I could stay with you all night. I have to go to another part. Can you believe it? I'm going to take that chopper. We're going to go to another part of Pennsylvania. And then we're going to have such a big day on Tuesday.
Another part.
No, the fake news can't believe it. They said, this guy has a, you know, they follow me all over. They said, this guy's got a lot of energy, I'll tell you.
Beyond that, look.
God, hard work. Hard work ethic. He's not done any manual labor, you know.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Over the next 4 years, we will make America into the manufacturing superpower of the world. And we will end our reliance on China. We've already started that. We will hire more police, increase penalties for assaults and law enforcement, and we will ban deadly sanctuary cities. We will defend the right to life, free speech, religious liberty, and the right to keep and bear arms.
Most important.
Second Amendment.
Okay, but what for free speech, I'm still being English. You know what I mean?
You guys are right there with
got
me.
free speech in England.
You guys are right there with me. We will maintain America's unrivaled military might.
Shame England. They are both
and we will ensure peace through strength.
That's in Star Disney.
We will end surprise medical billing. Require price transparency starts January 1st. Bigger than healthcare. You watch. All set to go. January 1st. All signed up. Lower drug prices even more. Favored nations. We're going to go from the highest to the lowest price anywhere in the world. The drug companies are not good fans of President Trump. They don't like me. They're taking out more ads than Sleepy Joe about me. They're saying things about me in those ads, and all I'm doing is just give me the lowest price in the world. I don't know. They come up with things. It's not good to do that. I don't know. To me, it's good to do that. And we will always protect patients with pre-existing conditions. America will land the first woman on the moon, and the United States will be the first nation to land an astronaut on Mars. Very exciting. And don't forget, that's on top of Space Force. With everything else we did, Space Force, we created the first new branch, 75 years. Air Force was the last one. Now we have Space Force.
75 years.
We used to talk about that at the rallies, right? I've actually done more. I really believe that. I think I've done more than I promised. I may be the only politician, if you call me a politician. You've done more than I promised. I think that might be a first. We'll have to check that out. Check that out, fellas. Space Force, we needed it. And there's something, when I became president, I saw Russia, I saw China, I saw what was going on. And I said, we have to do that too. And I got great help from the Republican Senate and from these gentlemen right here. And we actually had some bipartisan help, believe it or not, which is not easy to get. We will stop the radical indoctrination of our students and restore patriotic education to our schools. We will teach our children to love our country, honor our history, and always respect our great American flag. And we will live by the timeless words of our national motto, in God we trust.
Thank you, man.
You know, at the Democrat National Convention, the Pledge of Allegiance, I took the word God out.
That's bullshit.
And I watched it. And I said, they must have made a typo. The problem was that I heard it a second time. And I said, that was not a typo. And the American public.
Be your luck, be in your favor. Will you win?
Never gonna happen with you guys, right?
Probably not. You just lost a couple of your balls.
Never gonna happen with our guys, right?
All right, guys. It's Shit Talker signing off. I'm ready to go to bed. I might come back on at 1 o'clock if they're breaking heads on PT News.
Standing up for the great people of Pennsylvania.
And everyone else across the globe, thank you, Mr. President. Make sure to vote Trump 2020.